Welcome to 2 on the 10.
Oh, we back again.
Yes, sir.
2 on the 10. I'm Paul.
I'm Mitch.
Greedy.
Oh, we got him back.
Yep.
Welcome back.
Yep.
He said, yep.
Good to be back.
Who was holding down? We had a conspiracy theory show last week without the coincidence theories.
Anti-coincidence theory.
Anti. Get it right. I'll get it right.
Yep,
I'll get it
yep.
right one of these days. But yeah, but now we definitely got to circle back around because it was definitely, last week, President Trump, he released, he said he was going to release the stories on JFK, Robert F. Kennedy, and Martin Luther King. So
I'll tell you the way this world's working. I'm surprised he didn't have a deal with Netflix. Just put them on Netflix. 4 pieces each.
right. So I'm interested to see exactly when those materials are released, how redacted they are. He's going to say everything's not to be redacted, other than if it has to deal with national security, which is going to just. I don't know. If you think about JFK, I don't know what national security exactly would be involved in that, other than maybe talking about presidential roots or some shit like that. But
like Johnson and Bush and them.
Yeah, I don't know.
The meeting they had at the.
Yeah, but that'd be after the fact. But
Yeah.
Well, there's some crazy stuff too that's already been released.
What's that?
They released some files on Martin Luther King Jr. about how some of the events he used to be like the Diddy before Diddy.
Okay, yeah.
Crazy
Whatever.
parties and
I mean, that's what I heard is a little bit is, they're going to release this to try to, dirty up his name a little bit and stuff like that. Like I said, I always thought, here's the thing. What we do, as long as, and I'll continue to preach this, is what we do in our personal life, as long as it doesn't hurt anybody.
Or make it to videotape.
Well, sometimes that shit does, but that's why I fucking.
That's what I mean.
That's why OnlyFans is in existence. But
There are only scams with that one girl, right? You heard she's laundering.
Who?
The $45 million girl. Well, anyway.
You talking about that too?
Yeah, no, this other girl. Anyway, we'll talk about that too.
Okay, gotcha. But my thing is, whatever happens behind closed doors will happen behind closed doors, as long as you're not hurting anybody, as long as you're not sex trafficking, as long as you're not drugging people. You know what I'm saying? If people saw behind the curtain, what I do, they were like, "Oh, what the fuck?" Because I have a crazy ass lifestyle. Everybody on this fucking panel know, I get fucking down, but that's my personal fucking business,
shit.
and I don't, like I said, I don't involve people who don't want to be involved. So, it is,
I think especially with the Kennedy situation, I think it'll come out that people were involved.
Yeah, I just want to know if, you had brought up the guy in the storm drain.
Yeah.
Was there a guy in the storm drain? Was there guys on the grassy knoll? You know what I'm saying?
What about the driver? Do you think the driver had a pen gun or no?
I don't know. Like the magic bullet. You know what I'm saying? You know what the magic bullet, right? How it fucking started zigzagging and was hitting people.
Well, okay.
All different.
Let me just say this, since we didn't, I wasn't here last week. Did you guys talk about? Did you guys talk about that, or did you guys see that there is a video? And again, I don't know when it popped up of the supposedly in slow motion, the driver turning back around.
Oh, the scooter video.
And the only thing I will say is that I do believe they would have technology for a pen gun. I don't know how you drive, you turn and you shoot, though. You know what I mean?
Right.
By the same token, the one thing that always kind of got me was Jacqueline Onassis Kennedy, when he gets hit, starts trying to climb out the car. We all agree on that, right?
Gotcha.
She starts trying to get out the car, and I thought that was from the
People said
look.
she was trying to pick up his brains off the back.
Okay, they say a lot of things, but
Yeah.
I'm just saying, in the video where the guy turns and does something, and it gets hit, and Kennedy's head, it looks like she starts trying to climb out the car.
Gotcha. Yeah.
And
The only thing is, from where that guy is, Kennedy again went back into the left, so it went the opposite direction of him.
Well, see,
from this way.
Yeah, and so that's why I was like,
From the passenger seat.
And the suppository building was behind them. You know what I'm saying? And that's why I was like back into the. If you watch the movie with Kevin Costner.
Yeah. No, definitely.
You know what I'm saying? He was trying to show that his head wouldn't have fucking gone like that if it was.
Well, I was talking to one of my boys, and I guess there's audio of Lyndon Johnson talking about maybe taking him out.
Yeah, that
And
meeting in
then-
Dallas.
Yeah, and then also Lyndon Johnson and I guess Jackie Kennedy were kind of close.
Oh, really?
They had some conversation. Oh, I mean, vice president, so
Right,
obviously
yeah,
know
yeah,
each other.
yeah.
So then there was a thing. What if Jackie because at that same time was the Marilyn Monroe stuff, and
Oh, she got pissed
what
off.
if she knew and she conspired with Lyndon B. Johnson? Maybe seduced him and said, "Hey, my husband's cheating on me, blah blah blah," and
Take this motherfucker out.
yeah, and then you'll be president.
Right. And I'll just go and take my boys and go live happily ever after.
I mean, I obviously that's far fetched.
I mean, I wouldn't. First of all, I mean, that's a lot of. Well, what if they said this, that? I mean,
Right.
I'm just saying that I think there's definitely more to it.
oh, there definitely is more
and I
to it.
definitely-
Well, I told you, I thought it was a mob hit. It's no way. First of all, they've had sharpshooters try to recreate what they supposedly said Oswald did, right? And they said they couldn't do it. And then for him to go from the suppository building to run into a theater, and then all of a sudden for them to show up at the theater and he's there.
Well, they knew where he was.
Well, let's just say this. Why is it that we watch movies like, for example, the shooter with Mark Wahlberg or whatever?
Oh yeah. Oh, you talk about yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Okay,
Yeah.
so right, you know what I'm talking about that movie. Okay, and other movies like there's probably 20 of them like that.
Right.
And in those movies, we get frustrated because people don't, they don't believe Wahlberg, and they
yeah,
don't, and we go, it's the proof's right here. This is what they did. They set him up. They did
Yeah.
all this, and we seriously watch the whole movie and then shut it off our brains, and then we can't wrap it around our heads that it happens in real life.
Right.
It's so crazy.
Well, that's
that,
the thing. That's the thing. Is
I know it's a movie.
You just
Yeah, it's a movie.
said the whole thing. It's a movie. It's like people are like, nah, that couldn't really fucking happen. Really?
But when you see enough things and happen that movies are based on,
Right.
then I mean, again, at a certain point, it's like why? Because it's a movie. I mean, look, people emulate movies all the time. Again, the one thing I always say is life imitate art, does art imitate life?
Right.
Let's start there. But
you've mentioned it on the show before is maybe movies or TV shows they kind of get us adapted to maybe what's coming down. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, over and
Conditioning,
over and over again, of course.
Like this aliens thing. How many fucking alien? I mean, the aliens movies been coming out since the fucking 70s, since I've been alive.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
definitely. I mean, there's even before that, even the Lost in Spaces, the Star Treks.
Yeah.
I mean, there's just so much stuff. If you go back to, and I know our childhood, growing up either 70s, 80s type stuff. If you look at the programs, some of them we didn't even understand. Land of the Lost.
Right.
Oh, they found a portal and they go back in time. Like
Right.
it's so crazy. All the stuff we get exposed to as kids.
Well, okay, so Mitch, you're a Christian, right? Mm-hmm. Right. Mm-hmm. Yeah, and
Even though I will not put a label on it, but I will say, Christian based on my beliefs. Grew up Catholic. Mm-hmm. Gonna say that through my own experiences, being an altar boy and different things like that, and nothing funny, nothing like that. I just set that record straight.
Right.
But like, I don't know, you just kind of your own discernment kind of takes you. And if I'm being completely honest, also not wanting to go to church every Sunday type things at first, when you're younger and you're out. But in the same token, you start questioning things that don't make sense to you if you're completely honest. If you don't have an agenda, if you're not trying to, like get away with stuff. Like I think the one problem people have a lot of times with spirituality first and then, religion, they so quick to dismiss it because it holds them accountable. So it's easy to want to dismiss anything that holds you accountable. And don't get me wrong, but there's also reasons. I mean, you got to look at it fairly, both sides. Not only not wanting to dismiss something because it holds you accountable, but also something that holds you so accountable that you won't act in a certain way. And maybe that's, to protect other people that maybe creating these, or at least over the generations and generations, these forms of control or dogma, But no, back to your point though. Yeah, I am a Christian, and I spiritually, I'm an energy person, a karma person, but my basic belief system is around,
okay.
Yeah.
The reason why I thought, and Greedy, I don't know how you stand on this. I'm asking the question. I know you're trying to get around.
What do you mean? I grew up Catholic.
But do you identify as a Christian?
Yeah, I would say I
Let's
do.
not ask him what he identifies as.
My whole problem with any religion is like to say that one religion is right or wrong, and then based off, just where you happen to be born in the world, you could be born into a religion that is wrong and you're going to hell for that or something. I just don't. I don't believe that. I think maybe all religions have a bit of truth, and that we may all be praying to the same God, just how it's presented to us. You know, because
No,
each
we are.
religion.
People don't realize this is we do play the same God. If you read the Quran and you read they talk about the God of Abraham, which is the same God of the Jewish folk. So technically, they do. They just have different. They have different messiahs. They believe in the Prophet Muhammad, and then we believe in Jesus Christ.
And then they try and say Jesus is a prophet or
He's a
man, and
prophet.
some people go as far as a
something
man.
like that. Yeah.
Different things
But
like that.
but the funny thing is, we believe in the same God. So this is funny. But that's another subject in itself. The reason why I asked you this question is we talk about conditioning. Is what about if aliens were to come out of the sky and stuff like that, or being revealed or stuff like that? How would that change your effect on your beliefs as a Christian?
Well, first of all, I'm going to have to say define aliens, and I'm not even trying to be funny because we.
Okay,
program. No,
yeah. But I'm saying, think in the form of what we've been conditioned.
Well, first of all, I'm very like here's the thing. I have my own belief system, but I'm very up on everything from what people thought the Anunnaki are, or the Greys, or the Pleiadians. I mean, I do enough studying Planet Nubu and all this different stuff, whether I believe in it or not.
Right.
You have to be versed in all those different things.
Right.
I think that there could be. I really do believe that what we will find out to be aliens are actually fallen angels. That's what I believe.
Interesting.
Based on the book of Enoch, based on the book of Genesis,
Right.
and different things, and even but on top of that, again, until it happens,
I mean, would that? I'm just playing what up, and that's what I'm saying. I'm just playing devil's advocate.
Let me ask you this:
Would that shake your belief system?
No, it wouldn't shake my belief system at all because, and to be quite honest with you, the first thing I know the first person, or not even person, I want to be disrespectful person, but I first know first thing I'm praying to, to give me protection. You know what I mean? Seriously. And again, we only have kind of what Nick said in a way. Also, when he said, because that's one of the things when I was younger, and I used to argue with my mom, who's a diehard Catholic, and I used to go, well, so it's just a real arrogant, hypocritical perspective to sit there and go, my religion is the correct religion, and again, whatever I believe, because I was born here and my parents somehow introduced me to this.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So what about the other people in the world that do good, that have good energy? What about the Buddhists? What about the monks? What about that sacrifice, that put more sacrifice in stuff than we do? That and dedicate their whole lives to what they believe. And it's not hurting anybody. And again, and then the answers kind of there's a dance around, and then it's always like a Bible verse, or it's God will do this for them because and then again, and I don't want to say that it was said that they don't know better, but it's definitely very insinuated, like it wasn't meant for them, and I don't believe that. I believe if you're good, I believe if you have a good heart, I believe you eventually will end up in the right place. Now, could it possibly be that we have 1,000 journeys, and our journeys are to maybe live in different perspectives, and then we kind of move up stages? Maybe. I'm not saying I believe in reincarnation, but I'm not saying I don't. I mean, Jesus rose again. So I mean, like just because our human brains don't comprehend it,
Right.
I think it's disrespectful to say God can't do it. But I also think it's disrespectful to say God did it.
Gotcha.
I mean, so you got to be very careful. And as far as being afraid, the answer to the question is what? I honestly, if I saw something, my brain would want to know if I thought it was real, would try to figure out what it was. And again, honestly, you probably only have a few seconds to even infer what it is. And we've all seen things before, or at least I know from my experience, I've shared them in shows before, that I still look back to this day and go, I don't know what the hell that was or what it's about, and my brain still wraps around it.
Right.
So again, yeah, I would still believe. In fact, I would believe even more, because I would be falling onto that belief system, especially in those times.
Right.
What I want to ask you, Paul, is so you believe God created Earth, and did he create the whole universe?
Yes.
So then there's not a chance that he could have created life on another planet?
And okay, so people have asked me that before. I think if I'm taking if if I'm taking the Bible at its word, then I would have to say no, because it would have been mentioned. But then, Mitch does bring up a great point, is maybe they're fallen angels, and they.
The Bible is the earth version. It's our version of.
But I think he would have said, there
He
are
created the heavens and earth. He
yeah.
didn't have to say that I created life here and here and here. Think about this: if you're an ant and you live in an anthill, big anthill, and you travel in a your whole life may be half a mile. You don't even realize that there's other anthills and other ants exist. Same thing. Like, we live on a planet here, and the universe is infinite. Who's to say that somewhere there might not be a planet just like us, and they believe the same things?
But I'll take it a step further.
If you believe in God and He could create it all,
But wouldn't he tell us there was other life out there? Wouldn't he say beyond the heavens there are your brothers?
so think about this: do you tell your dog that there's other dogs out in the world? If your dog was at home and never knew any other dogs, would you be like, "Hey, but there is other dogs out there"?
Yeah, but our dog. I mean, here's the thing: is our dog.
I got my cats prepped. Shout out Ollie and Molly, the Bengals.
Hey,
Our dog.
shout out to Bud too. I got that Bud hat on. So, but here's the thing: a lesser life form.
Right.
Obviously, God is way more advanced and way more everything than us. So
More than Patrick Mahomes.
to try to explain it would be beneath him to explain it to a lesser life form.
Hey, the rest would be like foul on God. Chiefs first down.
We're gonna get into that later if we have time.
But yeah, I mean, that's just my thing, and I always just ask that because I like to see where, because.
All right, let's turn it around on you.
No, and I was just about to answer that, because I got to be honest, that would shake my belief system. That would definitely shake my belief system because of the fact of, that was never said that was never taught in the Bible. Because now I got a question that says, okay, there are higher beings than us. Okay, unless they came down and said, they would come and communicate and says, no, there is a God. We're the fallen angels. We're what's talked about.
Fallen angels.
We're what's talked about in the Bible. You know what I'm saying? We were down here at one time. We helped Noah build an ark or something like that. Then that would make sense. But if they're like, no, we're from another world, whatever that world may be, or
What makes you think they're going to come and talk to us?
you know what I'm saying? Well, I mean, if these aliens are true, then they've been here before. They've definitely interacted with.
Let me say this though.
Right?
I want to touch on something real quick because you said it right there. You said it would shake your belief system to the core, right?
Yeah.
So, again, all the stuff, and then it just goes perfectly into why there would be fake alien agendas, and stuff that's been talked about for William Cooper, the book, that he wrote in the, was it 90s or 80s about that, and then also other people talked about it. And like I said, I always say on the show, I've heard about fake alien agendas and alien disclosures since 2006, and that it was coming. And I was like, I don't think people are ready. But I didn't realize how quickly, being a person that, I guess was new to tech, for that type of tech that's out, seeing how quick you can just erase history and rewrite it, and how quick you can just get people repeating, like that we had, this puts it in perspective. We had the tin can game to show how stories could get around. You know what I mean? These people have the freaking IG, TikTok, Snapchat, whatever else.
Yeah.
And they can get stories to the other part of the world in minutes.
In seconds.
And so it just goes to show you a person's mental and what they have to prepare for to even wrap their head around what's possible.
Right.
And so the fact that we're starting to wrap our heads around what's possible, again, it's I don't know. It just goes to prove though, in my opinion, or it at least shows you why, if you believe that, it's so important for them to kind of do the alien invasions, to start making disclosures. And again, I know I piss a lot of people off because I know there's a lot of Trekkies and Star Wars fans and sci-fi people and anime, and I'm not even kidding. They're pissed off, going, they've been waiting their whole life for that, the final frontier and all that bullshit. But really, that also would go into why they would make a NASA. And why they would go to fake a moon landing, and why they would go to say there's, the world globe's round. And I'm not trying to say that. I'm just saying, like, it feeds into, all of it would be to suppress God's power and what was written, what was, that we come to understand,
But yeah, the other thing too to remember, Paul, is that the Bible is, man-made and controlled by the church, and the church decides what is in the Bible and what's not. And there's many books that that aren't in the Bible because the church has withheld them or hidden them and other things. So, so you got to know maybe the whole truth isn't in the Bible because the church and the powers that be may want to hide stuff from you.
Gotcha.
So it's just tough. I mean, at the core, I think any religion is good. I think religion gives you people a purpose, and I think that's important in life because, you got to have a reason to wake up.
But then religion may be bad because so many wars have been started over religion.
See, I think that's where people use religion personally.
Yeah.
Like religion to me can be a good thing, especially when the rules. We can take the 10 Commandments and for give or take, it doesn't even matter whose name is on top of those 10 Commandments. If those were, it's so funny. People get offended, and I know some people, some smart people, and they'll be offended if you talk religion. I'm not following, it's almost like, again, their excuse to be held accountable. If you just took the 10 Commandments and said, okay, these are the rules. Doesn't matter who said them, these are the rules. Oh, okay, I'm going to follow those because I'm a rule-abiding citizen, and you're this and this and this. But, oh, these are the rules from God. And if they, in their head, their brain thinks, well, if I don't have to admit to God or acknowledging that he exists because there's an out, I don't have to follow these rules.
Yeah.
I mean, I think we see it when they started taking, God out of schools. Again, regardless of what people want to say, there were rules for a reason, and there's a reason why they pulled the rules that held people accountable. They always say that these kids that you see, like I'll use my hometown as a case study. Vallejo, California, again, population 116,000. I always follow Vallejo Crime. Shout out Vallejo Crime on IG. It's crazy to see what my city has become. And my city was bad when I was there. It's like 1,000 times worse. I'll just tell you this real quick.
I think it's just the Bay in general.
Well, it's the Bay, but again, it's also, it's the Bay, it's the economy. But when these kids run around, let me say this one story. This one breaks my heart. There was this taco truck guy, and I guess he's from Richmond. So he's in Richmond. He's respected in Richmond. Richmond's probably tougher than Vallejo, to be honest with you. Richmond's where they filmed Coach Carter back in the day and all that shit, okay? What? And Richmond is hood also, and this guy was like, man, hey, Vallejo, I'm coming out here. I'm going to bring my truck, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And his food, I guess, just, in the Bay, or another thing too, his food smacks. Right. So for Bay Area talk for people, I'm going to lace you real quick. Smacks is when you talk about food, and, slaps is music, so food can't slap, but it can smack. Okay. So with that said, so his food smacks. He's coming to Vallejo. He's excited to tell people. He pulls up, I guess, last week on Friday night. He gets shot in the head in front of his son, his 8-year-old, I believe his son's 8 years old, helping him work on his mom. That someone shot him in the head.
Why?
He's in critical condition. I don't know what he's doing. I don't know.
For just no fucking reason?
And the video, he made a video right before it happened. We're almost sold out of wings, guys. You guys loved it. It just is sad. It hurts my heart, man, because he was just trying to do right. Like, and you go back to his page, and you see him and his son's trying like the wings, and they're, and you can tell he looks like a street dude, but he looks like he's trying to do right by his son. Right. And somebody smokes from in front of his kid. Like, man, I felt all the emotions. Sadness, like frustration, pissed off. Right. Like, this isn't how the world should be. And I know there's other stories that are, but it goes back to what I'm saying is these kids that run, and again, kids, for lack of a better word, but these kids can be anywhere from, 12 to 30, 35, even so on. But man, I'm telling you, when they look at when they took God out of schools, when they started, increasing all the different medications for things, and the and it's like the economy gets worse. There's no parents in the household, and all these things line up for the perfect evil, man. When you don't fear God, like I'll tell you this, man, I've done a lot of crazy shit growing up, and there's some dirt I've done that I was remorseful because I knew I effed up. If nobody else knew, God knew. Right. And I got to be accountable for that shit. Right. And there's certain things that, like, when you're crazy, you go out, you drink, and whatever, you're 15, 16, 17. And I always had a good compass, though, because my mom raised me right, But the influence of music, the street, really no father figure after like 7 years old type thing. I'll tell you, man, you go out with your friends and they're knuckleheads in Vallejo and wherever you're from. It could be anywhere, And there were just certain things. Fear of God held me accountable enough to get me out of situations that, I don't know that I could have mentally survived. It would have changed me, like who I am and what I'm about. But because I was afraid of God, I was afraid of the consequences, not in this world, but in the next. That I didn't quite make those steps. You know what I mean? Like to where, you start, again, you have a soul, you have a conscience. I don't think a lot of these, again, it looks like when I see these videos and how happy people get filming somebody else get hurt, how they laugh and they kind of mock and they do all this other stuff, it really feels like they're soulless. Like they are soulless and they aren't afraid of anything. I think one of the Wu-Tang Clan said it, RZA. I want to say RZA said it too. Yeah, he said that, man, you can say whatever you want to say, but when they took God out of schools, there's no fear. These kids don't have fear of God. So what do they fear?
Right.
And especially if they fear being unsuccessful, if they fear not living up to what social media shows them, as far as finances, as far as, getting women. Could you imagine? In our era, we prided ourselves on how we talked, how we looked, how we dressed, our own like swag, for lack of a better term. And being able to have the confidence to know who you were about, or at least get it on the fly and grow and learn and, and invent yourself. These kids, man, it's getting to the point where, the mentality is just trash. You see all the girls that are on there going, oh, you don't have this. And when you got the guys that think they can buy the girls, you think the girls that think they can trick the guys. It's like, it seems like it's very bleak. I don't want to say it's doom or gloom, but it seems like it. Imagine being a kid just trying to live life. It's hard enough to be a teen. And now you got all these other things, going on. You got social medias. And it's like, man, if you don't have some kind of core belief of, you're supposed to struggle, or you're supposed to fight, or you're supposed to get up every time you're kicked down, then, you can succumb to honestly, to making some bad decisions that you can't come back from, in my opinion. So again, I know this is long and winded, but I think that's how it is. And, again, fear of God is a real thing. It's a real thing, and I think it holds people accountable.
Right.
And I think that the powers that be that really run these places for their occultish reasons, and again, I could tell, I think that they love to take people away from God. I think really that's the battle. I really believe it.
Well, that's what I said. It would just how strongly I would believe that like I said, that alien shit would kind of like rock me. You know what I'm saying? But like you said, Nick, maybe it is written in. It was written in the Bible and it was yanked out because people got, they got to control this power and stuff like that. So never know. But anyway, let's get a little. Oh shit, we didn't even talk. Man, we just went right into it. We didn't even talk about the weekend. We didn't talk about the food. Shit.
And you can tell the cool thing about this, the 2 on the 10 podcast show, all is, don't get me wrong, we have the little green room. We just kind of talk, but the one thing I think we all know we say is once we start talking and we hear something, we'll save it for the show. Save it for the show. We're off the cusp. There's no scripts. There's no takes.
Yep.
So you are getting it real, raw, uncut, and delivered. Yep. I promise you that.
Definitely. So I got to rewind it back a little bit. Let's give it to Titano here. And since you missed last week, how was your week?
Week was good, man. It sucks because like the weather's so cold that
Has it been colder than normal?
Yeah, I think it's been colder than normal. But the funny thing is, it doesn't rain.
Right. Well, we got a little. Yeah. So we got a little rain. I think it was 2 days ago out here, at least in where I live. So
man, I got some in the morning, like 5 o'clock, I guess. But by the time I really get going 6:30 or whatever, it just seemed like you could tell it rained for just 10 minutes or something.
Gotcha.
That's what it felt like.
Gotcha.
But it's just looked like it's been wanting to rain for weeks. And, we haven't had any rain. We haven't had, at least where I'm at, we haven't had more than an hour of rain this whole winter.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Well, I needed to clear off my fucking solar panels and shit. Them motherfuckers was dirty as fuck.
Man. So, not being able to get up, because it's just, you can always do it. But, normally me and Chris get up and we do, our morning walk, like a half-hour walk at least, just, get things going. We go to the gym at lunch during, but yeah, so we've just been trying to get back, although we haven't walked for weeks now, but we go to the gym, trying to get back into that again, and so that's been good just to get back in the routine. As far as the rest of the week, had a couple of meetings. I had to miss last week because I had basically a conference I had to go to and stuff. But other than that, everything's been good as far as just doing different things. Let's see, just basically typical stuff. Caught the game, caught it over at KK's house. I saw Dougie and them there.
Okay,
Doug, he's not drinking for the month of January.
Really?
So,
Okay,
so
got
I
you.
got to give him
Dry
shots.
January, huh?
Dry January. Got to give him shots on that stuff.
shit. It's my birthday, bro. It's my birthday tomorrow, so I got to fucking I'm gonna start that shit.
Tell you what, I don't know. You ever been to KK's house, man? That dude's crib is, man, I love his crib.
Them motherfuckers are.
Oh yeah, they get it. They get it.
Yeah.
But like I walked in and it was, beautiful front yard, or whatever. And then
Cause I used to coach all the.
I remember that's how
kids and stuff like that. So I've seen them. I mean, they were doing well about that, but they're doing really well, man. They have definitely turned his buying homes into.
Buying homes,
I mean,
man,
he's got mortgages, the mortgage business. Stuff like that. I mean, the real estate,
the restaurants.
yeah, and the real estate game and stuff like that. And then he's got his little birdie, birdie.
The shirt, company. But but just good people. So they invite me over for the Redskins, Eagles game, and so just
What are they going for?
he's a diehard Redskins.
Yeah, see,
but Doug's boy's a diehard Eagles. So it was back and forth.
Yeah.
So it's cool, but
But you know what was going to happen in that game.
So we walk out.
I'm a Skins fan.
Beautiful front yard.
Right.
We walk out. Okay, he's got a bar room. Then he's got a theater room. Whatever. And we walk outside. Pool. You go one side, there's like a whole just grass area. You go to another side, there's a pickleball court.
Oh, damn.
And a basketball court.
That's why I got to build my pickleball show. I got to hit up KK. Maybe I'll go over there and play some pickleball.
Definitely check him out for pickleball. He's definitely into that. And then they got like cornhole. And the coolest thing though, this is what I want to really say is I met his neighbor, and they're a couple. They actually have a ladder bridge that goes over to the fence over their house. So
that's fucking dope.
So I thought that was pretty fucking cool.
Yeah, that's when you're cool with your neighbors and stuff. My old house, remember that shit? I was about to knock the fence down and make a fucking going back and forth and shit.
Well, the one neighbor and the other neighbor about to knock the neighbor down. Knock the neighbor down. But with that said, and then actually, you know what? I didn't know this, but they had this because it was somebody's birthday, so they had this German chocolate cake. Man,
shit was fire.
Yeah, I go and he goes, "Yeah, I got it from Charleston's," and I'm thinking to myself, "Oh, Charleston's must be this A1 bakery." No, he was talking about Charleston's Steakhouse.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I didn't know they did a German chocolate cake. It was amazing. It was amazing. Seriously, I think I had to make a TikTok video of that. But then, okay, and then as far as
Charleston, I haven't ate there in a long time, man.
I'll tell you,
How's their steak?
I haven't ate there in a long time too. I'm going to say it's probably been 10 years.
Come on, Mr. Food.
But I'll tell you this: it was always good. Their filet was good. Their potatoes.
Yeah, back in the day.
But I mean, can't mess it up too
but
much.
I don't know. They got so many fucking good steakhouses. I mean, you can go to like a Thirsty Lion and get a fucking good ass steak now. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I mean, some people fucking they know how to do it. It's underrated. You know what I'm saying? So, but
I told you about I found, I don't know, maybe I didn't. I think I had to have on a couple shows ago. Started going to Sam's Club and I found prime filet.
Yeah,
but it was the best cut. Like I went back the last couple times, it didn't even look that way. So I would passed on it. But like I said, Chris made one of the best steaks I've ever had in my life. Like, that filet was just prime filet, just tender.
How's our women out there fucking cooking? We find some good women cooking.
Oh no, definitely. I mean,
my girl fucking that woman throws the fuck
I remember
down.
fried chicken.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
She fucking cooked some fried chicken the other night. Holy shit, that shit was fire, bro.
Man, I gotta go to the gym just for the cooking. Like seriously. And then what was I gonna say? Oh yeah. So anyway, we did the Charleston's thing, and then there's a new spot. Now they actually have one in Ahwatukee, but they opened one on Power Road. It's Power and Warner. It's a new Hawaiian barbecue called Moku.
Okay.
And I'm telling you, man, it's legit. It's super legit.
Would you say, hold on, Warner and Power Road?
Power Road.
Oh, so it's where they doing all that little construction and
the
shit
new
like that?
businesses by the wave park,
yeah.
the surf park. Yeah. So it's right over there.
Is that what they're building out there?
Yeah, it's already open too.
Is it?
There's a surf park over there. Yeah.
Oh shit. Okay. All right. Because it's fucking every time I hate going out Power over there.
Why do you think? Yeah, that's my route. I have to go over to here. Because why do you think I'm always late 15 minutes?
Shit always like bottlenecks into one lane.
Exactly.
I'm like,
no matter what you do.
Yeah.
And it doesn't matter any time.
Yeah.
And it's either I take that road, or I go all the way around.
All the way around. Yeah.
And so it's like I'm always so frustrated because I'm always pushing time, to get out here.
Yeah.
But so that's the reason. But no, so anyway, Moku, MLKU, yeah, Hawaiian barbecue. Man, I'm telling you, they got 3 different kinds of chicken. Well, they got hold on, they got 3 different. They got they like a garlic chicken.
Okay.
They got like the teriyaki chicken. Teriyaki chicken is amazing.
Okay.
They also got like
they got like 4 different kinds.
Yeah, 4. You're actually right. They got it because they got the katsu. The katsu.
They got the katsu chicken.
Yeah, they got katsu chicken, and then they got like almost a fried chicken. And you know what it tastes like? It tastes like when you eat a wing and you take the last the big chunk of chicken off the wing. That's what it tastes like.
Got you.
And so that
little juicy.
So yeah, 4 different chickens. They got 2 different steaks, one different different seasoning.
Gotcha.
They got pulled pork. Man, another thing that's really good is their spicy ahi tuna. So they got spicy ahi tuna.
Okay.
Like almost you could get like a pound of it, like a poke bowl almost.
So I'm gonna go over there and get some ahi.
Oh yeah, and then they
Ahi
got the mac
tuna.
salad.
Okay, ahi tuna and ketchup chicken.
Oh yeah, and then man, I'm telling you, get the well. First of all, here's the other thing too. They do a 3-meat plate with 2 sides for $15.99.
All right,
and it's so much food.
so I can get the ahi, so I can get the ahi
Two meat
and the
plates,
ketchup.
Yeah. So and the food is so like I know this.
What's it called again?
It's called Moku.
Moku.
And I know they have one in Awatuki, but for whatever reason, they're getting down on the grill. Like you could taste the grill, like the little burnt marks. It really like it looks like you went to an island backyard barbecue. Yeah,
Power and Warner.
Power Warner. So definitely check it out. It's called Moku, and then hey, I'm telling you, makes room for dessert. They got the Dole Whip, the Dole pineapple whip.
They don't got no Mapua over there.
No, I didn't see no mapu. You got to go to Aloha Kitchen. I know that.
Hey, when you're done eating there, you're gonna be dropping them pua.
But no, so yeah. Anyway, so yeah, went to Moku. That place is legit.
Dope.
That place is legit. And then you know what? Also ordered a pizza this week. You know what I hadn't had in years, actually since Dallas, like 3 or 4 years ago.
What's that?
I hadn't had Grimaldi's. You know.
Ooh, okay, Grimaldi's.
So
Yeah.
I decided-
Grimaldi's and listen, Grimaldi's is pretty good. It's a little bit underrated.
Yeah. Agreed.
Yeah. Thin crust, underrated pizza.
Yep.
But I do like though. First time I ever had it was in the Scottsdale location.
Okay.
But they got one right down there in Santan.
Yep, that's-
so
I actually ordered Grubhub, have it delivered. It was one of these days. It was Monday, and I'm like sitting there. I think it was Monday, and I'm like, me and Chris were like watching a movie after work because we have a later schedule. And I'm sitting there going, man, you know what? She's like, what do you want me to make? And I go, I can tell you don't even want to, get out of bed right now.
Yeah.
I go, you know what? Let's just order pizza. And she's all lit up. Yeah, let's order pizza. All right. So I'm like, and I always trying to go. We just had this. We had this. What are we gonna have? And so yeah, did Grimaldi's. Now don't get me wrong. By the time they get here from Santan,
Right.
Of course, it's kind of like floppy or whatever. But the next day I had the other pieces. The flavor's amazing.
Yeah.
They have a Mike's Honey Hot. Did you know that? Or, Hot
Really?
Honey. Yeah. So
A lot
it's,
of places are doing that now.
yeah. They have I think Grimaldi's was one of the first, so back in New York at least, to link up with it. But they do so they do like extra pepperoni. You could do it on white or orange cheese. I do the regular cheese, and then they do the Mike's hot honey on it and stuff, and garlic.
Really?
Man, the flavors just pop.
really good? Okay.
I will say this: I'm gonna probably have to go in one time and have it there, just because it was a little soggy by the time you get to it
Yeah.
and stuff. But yeah,
I don't know. I like a leftover pizza, bro.
Oh no, I do too the next day. Like
because I feel like the flavors soak in that shit.
As long, then when the flavor soaks in, it's money. But so yeah, and then one other thing, because I wasn't here the week before, last week, I'd never done this before with my deep dishes. Because I love Chicago deep dish. I know you do too.
Yeah.
I've never had a specialty deep dish because I always thought it'd mess up my cheese and pepperoni or my cheese and sausage and pepperoni. Right. That's all I ever do with deep dishes.
Yeah.
I
Right.
think I might have got an Italian beef once, with on the pizza. So it just looked and I'm just gonna be real. So it was a Crave. Crave's my favorite deep dish spot in Arizona. One of my favorite deep dishes. Period. I think a Crave pizza done right is as good as anybody's, really, to be honest. But so I'm looking at their menu, and I was gonna order either deep dish, and then I looked at the thin crust, and the thin crust, I'm like, damn, their buffalo chicken looks money. It just looked really good with the picture and the orange and the yellow and the sauces and everything. And then I look at the price, and I'm like, for a thin crust, it's $30-something, for like the square, the little thin, I could eat the whole thing in like 15 minutes,
Yeah.
$30-something, $35. I go, you know what? They do it as a deep dish? I'm going to order. I'm going to order it as a deep dish. Man, I ordered it as a deep dish. That pizza had so much flavor, so much cheese. It was just perfect. It was perfect. Now, I wouldn't suggest doing it all the time, but it was amazing.
Gotcha.
It was amazing. In fact, one of these days, I should just bring one over. We got a couple slices. Because I'll think. Yeah, seriously, I'm not even kidding. I almost thought about doing that, because it was just so good. But it's like one of those things where you could have one slice, maybe two.
Right.
One, you're full, and two, you kind of got the idea of it. Like normally that's one thing you're afraid of with pies. Sometimes is like you get this specialty pie, like for example, Sal's, baked ziti, right?
Yeah.
One or two slices, you don't really, tomorrow, the next day, you might not want to eat it again and again, It's like, that's why specialties seem to do better by the slice, unless you got a bunch of, like-minded people.
Sal's now has a taco pizza
Taco pizza,
yeah.
really?
with the meat and lettuce.
Didn't they have one years ago?
The fuck?
They did.
I don't know. It's back. If not,
Yeah, I
but
thought they did
saw
years
it.
and
It
years
looks bomb.
ago. Hey, have you tried the cheeseburger one yet?
Not yet.
You got to try it, but just obviously you
good?
don't tomato. Yeah, it tastes. And if they take my advice and just put, just crunch up pickles. I don't like pickles, but
It's like a Big Mac.
yeah, they did Big Mac sauce. See, they were kind of confused though.
Gotcha.
They made it look like a Whopper because they put the big old orange tomatoes on it and stuff.
Yeah.
But then they put a sesame seed crust.
Got you.
And so I'm like, you got to pick and choose. It's either a Whopper or is it a Big Mac?
Yeah,
I go, you did the Big Mac sauce. So, man, just do it. You pick. She goes, oh, my God, pickles. I didn't think about that,
Yeah, but take off your tomatoes.
But I'm taking off the tomatoes and the onions. Yeah, exactly, for me. But, yeah, so that's it, man. Just, foodie, foodie gang in the building.
Okay, all right, I got you. What you got, Grady?
My weekend, I linked up with Wally from Get Yo Taco Chandler.
We talking about that shit today, you crazy motherfucker.
So I met up with him on Friday. I just stopped. I went to dinner with my parents. I was like, I got home. It was like 9:30, 10. So I hit him up. I'm like, hey, you at the shop? He's like, I will be. I'm like, I'm going to come through. I just want to get out, have one drink. Damn near.
One drink. Hey, you know what? I'm just gonna have one drink. One drink.
Damn near stayed out till 5
2 turn
a.m.
into 4.
Stayed out till 5 a.m., bro. Stayed out till 5 a.m. Got home, passed out. The whole next day was shot.
I know. I came to the door. I came to the door. You watched.
How old are you now?
He watched Sugar. He watched Sugar, and that motherfucker was like,
I'm going to say this. I remember I used to feel bad for myself when I was like 32 doing that stuff. But,
you don't do it no more.
No, I don't do that. Not like
What's
that.
wrong with you?
Not like that.
What?
Mitch used to be the king.
Who the fuck is this?
I know.
Who the fuck is this
What happened
dude?
to Waffle House?
Oh my god, bro!
Or IHOP,
Hey,
IHOP
hey,
money?
do you still got the videos? Shit, listen.
I still got
That's,
it.
all, that's old shit. Why you bringing up old
Oh
shit?
shit, huh? We used to have so much fucking fun at Waffle House.
Yeah, true.
Fucking 4 o'clock in the morning.
But think about it. Think about it. We're talking about the Tempe one. That had to be what? 2008, 2010, 2012?
I don't give a fuck, motherfucker.
Hey,
You don't
it's
get that shit up?
It's 2025. New year, new me.
We were in their late 2000s, 2017, 18. A couple times stopped at that Waffle House.
Yeah, but it was
Listen.
like, but you could tell it was also kind of.
Listen, I'm not saying you got to do that shit every time.
No.
But you got to remind yourself where you was at. You got to remind yourself.
You got to
I
remind
used to be
yourself
the king.
not to do that shit. Hey, I'm like Floyd. Hey, you retire 50-0 or whatever it is, or 49-1.
Yeah.
Hey, you don't need to take any more fights. You take exhibitions.
I got you. I feel you on that.
But like-
I don't mind doing that. Listen, once in a while, you got to remind yourself, like, yeah, this motherfucker going to hurt, but this is what I used to do on a regular basis. You know what I'm saying? It keeps your ass young. You can't be in the bed by 9:30, 10 o'clock, bro. That's not the way. It's not. Come on, bro. That's not how I know you.
Hey, if you get up at 6 o'clock, you do.
I get you. I get you.
If you get up at 6 o'clock, and don't get me wrong.
I get you. I don't even know 6 o'clock. I wouldn't even know my name.
And also on top of that too, I mean, it just depends on what's going on. But there's so much stuff the scenes, and I mean, again, you could say it's not even age, just things aren't the way they were.
No, I get it. I get it. I get it. It's like, everything has changed. I mean, like you said, back in the day, it used to be so many like cool little spots where you could just vibe.
That you'd want to stay at.
And drinks weren't fucking $20 a motherfucking pop and shit like that. It was. I remember fucking going to Anderson's with you. You had that fucking hookup.
Yeah.
Bro, we go in there and get fucked up.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It may be $20 at the most if the girl charges you. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
So
then we start the night, and we, again.
Yeah. So it was just, I get what you're saying. Like, it ain't what it used to be, but sometimes you just gotta remind yourself.
What's
I ain't old yet, man.
Say you gotta pop out and show people every once in a while,
I ain't old yet. I ain't giving it. Here's the thing. I'm turning. I'm telling myself I'm turning 49 tomorrow. But guess what? Motherfucker, I'm still young as fuck. I'm still going hard.
I hear you.
I'll tell you what I did last weekend. You know what I'm saying? After Nick get done, but I'm still young as fuck.
Oh, but okay, let's just put it in perspective.
Yeah.
Let's put it in perspective for a second.
Yeah.
When you were how old were you when your parents were 40? Let's say 48 for lack of a better term.
Hold on, my mom's 30.
48.
Hold on, my mom's. Hold on. I'm 49. My mom's 30. Hold on, 15, 16, 14. So what'd you say? 41?
48. Let's say 48. Give or take.
So 48. I was 38. So at the time, when mom was in her 40s or 48, I was just starting college.
Okay, so you're just starting college, and you call your mom. She's getting home, and your mom's a bad example because
Yeah.
getting home, but whatever parent figure, getting home at 5 a.m. I just got home. I'm sleeping all day. You know what I mean?
I'm like, fucking me too, right?
I understand.
Take your ass to sleep along with my ass. You know,
All I'm saying is,
I don't know. I love that shit. You know,
I feel you.
I learned. Here's the thing. I learned from my grandfather a long time. Is age is here. Is fucking in mine.
No, don't.
My grandfather and died till 92. And that motherfucker was rolling. You know what I'm saying?
Don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong. I'm actually not saying it because of what age anybody is. I'm actually saying it because of what age we're in. It's basically like
I got you. Here's the thing. I understand what you do. You cannot party. I can't party with 20 some odd years old up in the club because I don't like motherfucking bumping into me and shit like that. I do like going to lounges. I'm gonna tell myself in a few when Nick gets done. But still, I like fucking keeping myself, because here's the thing. As soon as I give into that fucking, that's when your body starts fucking giving out on your ass. You know what I'm saying?
I'll tell you, my body gave out on me on Saturday. I was hurting.
I'm not saying you ain't gonna pay for that bitch.
I slept into like almost 1 p.m.
got up. Nick anyway. Nick's sleeping to 1 to 2 anyway.
Well, this motherfucker, I got to the door to pick up my dog. I'm like, hey, you got the dog? Oh, yeah, the dog's somewhere. You know, she come running out.
Yeah.
I was like, you all right, Nick? Nah, I was hurting.
Hey, Nick still thinks it's old school, the movie.
So I got up. I went back to get my car, ran back into Wally. He just got to work. He's like, we're not opening until 3 today.
Yeah, that's what he told me today. He's like, I ain't open this bitch until 3 o'clock.
So we went and we ordered a Singing Panda, which was, we got some Singing Panda. We ate that shit. That shit's still good. I actually went there for Chinese New Year too.
Did you?
It was packed.
Yeah.
It was packed, but it was so good. But yeah, so I hung out with him for like a couple hours, ate Singing Panda, got back to my house at like 4, slept till like 9 o'clock at night, woke up for like 2 hours. Oh, by the way, he made me this breakfast burrito. Thing was like a brick.
You know what?
Brick.
I saw his burritos today.
Yeah.
They're pretty good size.
They're good size
He got
burritos.
good size burritos. I haven't tasted them, so I can't tell you how they taste. But
Yeah.
Let me tell you something. What Wally needs to do, you know, my favorite burrito he did was the burrito burrito,
Yeah.
right? Okay, and with that burrito specifically, and this is before anybody else was doing it, so I'm kind of upset because we were talking about, like, he was talking about opening another spot. I was going to even help him with it back in the day.
yeah.
I told him he needs to do it because it was like some crema cheese or whatever they put around the burrito, and then you wrap it in foil. And what would happen is the cheese would actually morph into the tortilla. So it would make the tortilla crunchy from a cheese. So it's almost like a crunchy cheese outside, right?
Really? Okay, gotcha.
And I'm like, bro, nobody's doing this. This is amazing. Do it with a carne asada. I ordered it with carne asada. He did it, right?
Okay, gotcha.
And I'm like, man, could you imagine if you had that burrito? So now imagine your regular burrito, but now it's got a crunchy cheese outside. You put it on, you plate it for like a dinner with rice and beans,
Right.
and then you had somebody like throw like enchilada sauce on the top. Oh my God, that'd be just, man, I'm telling you. Or even just old school burrito in the foil, you know, or in the brown bag. Either way, but he was so ahead of his time on that one. To be honest with you, man, I told him, man, you gotta market that, you know. Like you should be on Instagram. There should be Instagrams people talking about this is the place. So at least get credit for that shit.
Right,
you know?
right.
Like, someone else is going to come out and, you know, just, you could probably still run with. I don't see too many people do it, but I have seen about a few, you know, a few people. But
Yeah, but now, Grady,
Yeah.
you done with your weekend?
I'm done. Yeah.
I'm done.
done.
Go to bed.
Can't wait.
Nah, man. I had like I said, so, you know, it's leading up to my birthday weekend. My birthday week, my girl sets it off. You know, I know why I'm married. She's straight up fucking beast. You know what I'm saying? But that's what I'm saying. Everybody know, my fiance, she's younger than me, but she keeps me young and she keeps me on my toes and what we do and thing. And, you know, like I said, what I do in my personal life is different, but I'll give y'all a little insight to my shit. You know what I'm saying? I wake up on a Friday fucking morning and I got 2 girls giggling in my tub. You know what I'm saying? shit like that. My whole fucking day, I start out from you talking about, I wake up at 9 o'clock, my whole day is go. You know what I'm saying? It's fucking have lunch, it's go to Bear Jackson, have some more lunch. You know, I'm skipping all the excess.
Hey, you got 2 lunches.
You know, I'm skipping all the XX, you know, the triple X parts. But like I said, I'm fucking still doing it. You know, like I said, I think sometimes I do it, and maybe because I was married for the longest time when I was 20, you know what I'm saying? So I really didn't get that shit out of my system. But I think I do it fucking harder now than I did when I was fucking growing. I mean, we did it hard back in the day. Regardless when I was married, we still went out and fucking we did our thing. But I do it fucking hard now, bro. And I ain't giving that shit up for.
I'll tell you what. I think back then we did it more reckless. You know what I mean? Like.
Yeah, we did. I mean, like I told you, I'm not going to fucking clubs when it's crowded and bump into. I'm more of a lounge type dude. You know what I'm saying? Go out there, have a drink or whatever. And then
I mean, remember we were
go to grown folks spot.
We would, I mean, there were nights we'd bring in the morning because we either passed out in the backyard or we were grilling at 5 a.m. you know?
Yeah, exactly.
So, I mean, we definitely get it.
I mean, we're up in the morning, but we just weren't out in the club. You know, what I'm saying? Stuff like that. So, and that's kind of how I do. I just do it modified. You know what I'm saying? I ain't out in the fucking. You won't find me. You rarely will find me. This was like 3 years ago, but now you'd rarely find me in like what's it got, bottle blondes or some shit like that, because I can't. I'm not spending $2,000 on fucking bottle service. I'm not bumping in the fucking 1,000 dudes. I'd rather, like I said, have a beautiful meal. And then if you want to catch a drink afterwards, go find somewhere, a little lounge space.
Yeah. No, I got you. Yeah.
Just hang out and chill. But I ain't going down, bro. I normally don't go to sleep till 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. No, I got you.
I can run off a little sleep, and it being my birthday tomorrow, it's gonna be on for this fucking weekend. I can tell you that. So it's gonna be crazy. But man, we come. You know what? We got a little time left on the show. Let's just barely touch on the subjects that we want to talk about. This helicopter crash that just fucking happened. It was crazy over the Potomac River in D.C. First of all, I know we say it all the time, but really thoughts and prayers go out to the families, the victims of this tragic accident, man. It was a helicopter running into this American Airlines flight coming from Kansas City. I don't even know why this Black Hawk. I get it. DC is, heavily militarized because, it's our nation's capital and stuff like that.
Say airspace is pretty.
Yeah. Oh, airspace is fucking like locked now.
Every move
locked
is
down.
watched and
That's why. One day we'll talk about 9/11. I don't know how they moved around there, but that's
they actually had a what's it called? What was
Training
exercise?
Yeah.
That they sent everybody out to Colorado or something.
Yeah.
They flew them out to Colorado.
So I mean, but we'll get in that. Man, we got to do a straight up conspiracy show. Yeah. 9/11, I think, would take up the whole fucking joint. But I don't know why this Black Hawk helicopter was there. I don't know why it took off and got in the flight line of the passenger jet. I just don't know, with all the technology you have far as the traffic controller, the anti crash systems that they have on each not only the helicopter but on the airplane. How do they know not know once they got within fucking a mile of each other? You know what I'm saying?
And let's be honest. What weapon and protection systems do they have as far as drones and everything else for the White House?
Yeah, it was so much that's fit. I mean, like I said, it just happened a couple of days ago. Yeah. Of course, everybody's going to take their positions and start analyzing what went on.
Well, let's just start here real quick. Let's go around the room, starting with you.
Yeah.
Do you think it was an accident, or do you think it was intentional?
Oh, here's the thing. Is again, I start out with the first question I just said. Yeah. When I brought up the story, what the fuck was a Apache helicopter doing at a commercial, like a commercial fucking airstrip? It wasn't on a military base.
It had originated from. I heard it originated from another military base, and maybe they were taking someone to fly out on a commercial flight or a private flight at the airport. I heard that it originated from like a Saudi embassy building. I've heard a lot of things. So, I mean, there could be reasons why it was I don't know if it was going actually to the airport or if it was just crossing the path of.
No. It came from the airport, got up, and then got in the flight path of this car.
It came from away from the airport. It was coming to cross the path of the flights coming in. And what the traffic controller told them is they're supposed to go behind the plane and wait for the plane to pass, and then they'd have a clear path to cross the landing
But here, okay, yeah, but think about
And
this.
they didn't.
So think about this, right? A helicopter can move up, down,
Yeah, it can be
sideways, right. So if you're seeing this, you're a helicopter pilot, right?
Or you don't.
And you're seeing this plane, right? I mean, you visually, as a helicopter pilot, you have to see this plane, right?
Common sense is not common. I don't. It's in today's society. I agree.
I know, but you're seeing this motherfucker come at you. When you turn the joystick sideways,
there's
one way or another,
Like,
down, up.
there's so many things that don't make sense in tragedies.
I mean, a plane on a plane is one thing.
Yeah.
Because trying to turn a plane, out the direction, I understand that. But a helicopter is a different other story.
All right,
Because
so-
them motherfuckers can maneuver
So
quickly.
with that said, just reaction. Do you think it was an accident, or do you think it was on purpose?
Oh, fuck.
I mean, let's go around the table. Then
I can't. I reserve the right to change my opinion
course.
once I find out who was on the plane.
Okay, I got you.
Yeah, because there were, 20 Russian individuals? I mean, one was an ice skater.
There's a bunch of ice skaters on the plane.
Yeah, but it was a whole.
But you notice that's what they're focusing on. Who else was on the plane?
Yeah,
I
exactly.
heard there were 2 doctors from Kansas too, by the way.
Well, there was 3 Americans that were on the plane. So what I'm saying is, it was a heavily fucked.
Let's answer the question.
I know.
Yes or
but
no?
Here's the thing. Fuck. I mean, I'm kind of in the Knicks boat because here's the thing: is until you kind of find out who was on that plane,
agreed.
who was on that plane, you can't say.
No, well, I mean, no, but
Because if there was some fucking, Saudi diplomat
but
or
here's-
some fucking.
But here's the thing. We're taking the same facts that we'd have,
Right.
and then basing the finalization of what really happened based on who was on a plane or not.
Well,
I mean,
because-
I understand. I
because-
understand the logic behind it.
Yeah, because
I'm just saying.
because they might have wanted to take
but-
somebody
but,
out.
But again, but there's also, things happen. I mean, again, I'm going to be the,
Yeah,
coincidence theorist now,
yeah.
which I'm not, and but things do happen. Accidents do occur.
Right.
Did Thurman Munson died in a plane crash? Was someone trying to take Thurman Munson down in the 70s? I don't know.
Right.
But I mean, it doesn't seem like everybody kind of. What about Roberto Clemente?
Well, they did say the helicopter was a high priority transport, but then they said there was only 3 military people on there. So was there something else on the plane?
But here's the question though. Initial reaction. You guys can't even answer it. Yes or no?
I know it's fucking.
I'll
it's
start.
crazy.
I think yes. I think yes.
You think,
but
you think it was
again,
on purpose?
Yes, but again, that's my gut feeling on it. Just the way it happened. Enough stuff doesn't make sense,
know what?
especially. It's like anytime something happens in Vegas.
Yeah.
Like the Vegas shooting or Tupac killing.
Yeah.
The first common sense is, how could that possibly even happen?
Yeah,
and then I'll start going, if I was to try and pull that off, and I'm pretty, I'm 6 degree,
You know what,
6D chess
Mitch,
player.
You know what, Mitch? I have to agree with you on this because just with the fucking technology, just with the heightened,
We couldn't do it.
It's not.
Hey, how about this? If someone said, I'll give you $20 million, go grab a helicopter, could you do it? No.
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 Yeah,
We
yeah.
couldn't do it. There's no way. There's no way.
But what I'm saying is, with all the technology around it, especially at that location,
Yeah.
for that accident to happen, it took malicious intent
Yeah.
or a drone helicopter.
Well, we're gonna find out more. I think we're running to the end, so let's save it for next week. We can discuss it further. I think more information will be out. It's pretty fresh right now,
Yeah.
Yep.
and I think we'll be able to get a little more dive into the possible conspiracies or ideas behind what actually happened. So,
All right.
real quick, you got a 10-second thought of the day, Paul?
10 second. 10-second thought of the day. Great question. Hey, listen. Like I said, tomorrow's my birthday. Just be blessed that you wake up to celebrate another day, because I know I am. All right.
My thought of the day is because I will be partaking in some of your celebrations this weekend. I just hope I wake up the next day after.
Yep, just like at a Diddy party. And then real quick, I know I'm running on time, but I had the craziest dream last night. I mean, literally, and it's probably because I subconsciously heard, the plane crashes and stuff. I literally had one of the realest dreams I've ever had of being in a plane, people running up to the front. It felt so freaking real, and the plane starts nosediving. And I've never had it to where I knew it was going to crash, and I'm trying to grab a phone to call people. And then in the middle of the dream, I'm realizing, trying to wake myself up. In the dream going, I just heard that on TV. I heard the crash. And I'm trying to justify it, and I wake up. And it was so visual.
I
was
have
crazy.
dreams all the time that I'm on a plane and it's like flying super low
Yeah.
and like we're just about to crash and it's like avoiding like
No,
telephone lines.
no. This
and
is the
crazy
first time.
shit.
This is the first time I knew it was crashing.
I've had the same dream
guess
like
what?
that many, many times. It's
What's that tell you? Stay your asses off the plane.
Oh,
All right.
what's crazy is I got a flight next week.
Oh, fuck. All right.
But I'm gonna.
We're going to pray for him. All right.
All right.
We out. 2 on the 10. We love you.